Camino, Flocks, how's it going? Canal, how you doing? You guys have to let me know if the mic's working, because I can't tell. You want to see my favorite pull right here on a live stream? Yes, sir, right away, sir. See? Oh, it's backwards. Favorite white bird. Q Ray Real. My guy thinks I was lying to him. Limited time only. No, actually, I went to it's an actual sports shop outside of Bass Pro and all that. And they had a whole bunch of them there. They come with a sleeve that covers them. You got to buy the reel separate. I saw them on Bass Pro when you were there online, but that old whatever had no clue what you were talking about. You driving out here? We're going tomorrow afternoon out on the boat, Derry. Come hang out. I'll give you a big giant jabberjaw to throw or something. Check these out. Those. Net baits. Found them down at Ollie's. They were like $1.99 a pack on sale. And there's your favorite. The Crawdad, whatever these things are. Never tried them. I learned this from you, so I'm going to try them tomorrow. They only like Crawdads. Let me just send you this for your bass. It's shiny like you like. Pike. Oh, I don't know. I think I posted it. I think it was 22-inch, 23, something like that. That was by accident. We don't intentionally go for pike. They just don't leave us alone. Oh, get a walleye rig ready for tomorrow. PB bass 5.42, I believe it was. Check this out, Derry. Look through the eye. I don't know if you guys can see that. Around 7. 6, 7. Go through the loop that's right above the eye. We just made a loop, go back through it. Nothing gets away. Derry, my kid. Told you get that PO box set up. You could get all kinds of goodies in the mail. It's like Bass Pro around this place. I can do this without throwing the camera off. Look. That's just what I carry in my backpack for fun. There's why is everything backwards? Big green tote over there, that's full of stuff. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 poles hanging up on the wall. They're up there. Got 1 pole beside me, another pole beside me. I think 2 or 3 more in the truck. Yamamoto's empty. Need to get you some of these next. They're not expensive. It's just the Zoom, the grubs, the purple and the pumpkin. Put one of those on this. Cast and reel. Pretty simple. The bass love them. I hope you do, buddy. Honestly. I've only been fishing for a minute, but the more practice, the better. I don't even know why I have that. That's trout bait. Junk. Only one of those Yamamotos left. Dragon tails. Those would be some good, more good ones for you. Purple. This goes on a regular jig head. Different jig head than you're used to using. Same with those. But I don't know. Your bass are pretty picky out there. They want like that Texas Roadhouse stuff instead of Walmart food. Some of those. Some of those. Yeah, they are. These ones here are the 3-inch. Those are 3-inch. Here. I'll get a jig head and show you, my boy. Oh man, who let the weirdo in? Regular jig head, but you might want to get something with color. Well, this backwards camera sucks. You go in through there, see how the eye of that jig head touches its back. If you actually push the eye into the jig head, it leaves a mark, so you know where you want to bring your hook out. So when you bring your hook out and rotate them, push them up. How sexy is that? I showed you my fake favorite pole, Coop. You don't get much more better action than that. Go ahead, Coop. I'll wait. I'll let you sound it out. Go ahead. You done? Sound it out. Favorite. Favorite. White bird. (7'2", medium heavy, 8 to 14 pound line. Uh-huh. You don't ever listen to Bass Pro. They don't know their ass from their elbow. I wish I would have been there with you, Derry. We would have had a field day with the car salesman. Oh, there's what I was looking for. This is what I was hoping you were going to find when you were looking for the bluegills. These are the perch, because I use them for walleye. If you can find those in bluegill, yes, sir. Power bait makes them. No, Derry, I am not knocking your setup. That was awesome. The way I look at it, those that go out and work for it and can go buy it, whatever they like and end up with, nothing wrong with that. Oh, wait, I got a fishing pole for Coop. Look there, Coop. This is just for you, buddy. It's brand new with tags. It is, hold on, let me read this. Line weight 6 to 10 pounds. Lure weight 16th to 3/4 ounce. Medium light action. and it's a push button for the slow kids. Push button, throw out, reel in. All yours, bud. Honestly, though, a push button and a bait caster that everybody wants is exactly the same thing. Only a bait caster has the open spool that you can see, and the gear ratio for reeling in is faster. So, me, I'd use a push button over a bait caster any day. I hate them. I had it was on a $110 bait caster setup. It was all lose, and I gave it to my nephew because I hated it. Let's see what other junk's here. The thing you hate most. Popper. Uh-oh. I can't find my jitterbug. Too much crap. It don't work. It'll work fantabulous once you get used to it. I don't know where my jitterbug went. Oh well. See? Extendable. A lot easier to pack around and throw in and out of the boat. Did you buy that one at Bass Pro? I can't remember. Might actually try this tomorrow. Jabberjaw. 7 to 9 feet. I didn't even look at this thing. I thought you got the net. Oh wow, that's fancy. I think that's what the guy said at Bass Pro. He throws everything. He don't cast, he throws. I gotta learn the right terminology. Yeah, I got to learn how to throw better. Guy at Bass Pro would be proud. Smaller 3-inch grubs. I'm gonna try to tie some drop shots so y'all can see on camera, but this backwards stuff's ass. Over there. And I had the sinker sitting here that I was telling you about when you were at Bass Pro, but don't know where I put them. There they are. There, Derry. Those are the ones I was telling you about. That's what you want, so they don't slide down your line. And actually, because I'm that guy, I'll show you how to put it on your line. You know what? We're gonna turn this whole thing around. I got you, buddy. Hold on a minute here. We'll tie them on there. No, just kidding. Well, this don't work at all. Nope. Good enough. Yeah, you have your whatever you're using down here. Obviously, it wouldn't be one of these. Just come up your line. I don't know, however far you want to go. Get you a sinker. Easiest way to do this. Okay, just fold your line in half, put it through the eye of the sinker. So then you're going to have a loop right here. That loop you have sticking out, just take your sinker and flip it through there like 3 times. Flip through, pull, done. And then they won't slide down like them. I don't know, the split shots you were using that got to squeeze on, they slide down braid so easy. That's the easiest way to do it. Look at that tutorial on the spot, live, in person. Right? Do that with those. Anything that has an eye on it. I know you don't ever use them, but egg barbers, we'll tie those on our line about 3 foot above a jig, and then shake the barber. It makes the jig go up and down, and you don't have to reel it in. Let me rephrase, that's anything that goes in line, up your line. Obviously, you can't do it at the bottom. At the bottom, you want to tie the normal knot that I showed you. I got to figure out how to do this tripod down further so I can start doing some drop shots. Because this is not going to work. And what I'm tying here in a minute, we zoomed in now. What I'm going to tie on here in a minute would be something really good for you to use for your catfish adventures. Just don't tell catch and release that you're getting inside tips. What can I prop this thing on? Okay, sometimes I'm a little slow. Just put it on the tripod, you idiot. Make the legs longer, you idiot. Stand it by the table. You're the one that convinced me to buy this tripod. I'm still trying to figure it out. Bear with me. That height, look at that. Amazing. Now, if I wedge this in here in front of me, ain't good enough. This is 10-pound Seaguar. There's your weight that I was just showing you, and it's going on the bottom of the line. These I do just the old-fashioned fisherman's knot. Put it through there, give it a spin with your fingers, get a couple loops in it. Boy, this camera doesn't want to. Couple loops. Go through the loop in the line. Hold your tag in, just pull down. Simple fisherman's knot. The reason I do that is a lot of times they'll slip. So if this sinker gets stuck in the bottom, because this is at the end of your line, then it'll just rip off and you'll get the rest of your stuff back. For catfish, you're probably going to want a lot heavier weight. I'd probably go 1 ounce, because your line's going to be, this is going to be in the bottom, and the rest of your line's going to be at an angle going up to your pole. Go up your line about a foot. I'll use a big hook just so you can see. Two-aught hook, like you use for your Senkos. And we're back, I think. So anyhow, you want your hook curved away from your sinker. So if I slid this the whole way down the line, which you don't want to, you're only going to go down about a foot. Your hook's aimed away from your sinker. Come up about a foot. Made a loop in the line. Right over top each other. Put your hook through that loop. Two, three, 4 times. And you're just going to pull everything tight. It's a lot easier when the sinker is not on the bottom already. Once you get everything worked in there, there it is. It'll stick out like that because your sinker's pulling down on it and your pole's got the other end. Then you can just loop on a nightcrawler, bluegill, chunk, whatever you want to put on there. And it just sits in the water column about just like that, a foot off the bottom. whatnot. The one around the hook is it's just a drop shot knot. I don't think it actually has a specific name. And then this one down here was just a plain old fisherman's knot. I didn't cut the tag end off. I'll do another drop shot without the weight on it. It's easier to tie the hook on first and then add your weight. Maybe even we'll do a red one. RTL, I mainly fish for walleye and crappie, occasionally some bass. Derry that's in the chat, he does a lot of bass fishing. Great channel. He's just showing them a couple different knots. Through the hook. I need more line. Just make a loop in your line. That's all it is, just a loop. Run the hook through. 3, 4. And you can go a good bit. Just work everything down tight. Like that. Once you pull it tight, see how it stands out off the line. That's it. Drop down to the bottom. Get a sinker. If I can find the rest of them. Got too much stuff here. Bottom of the line, go through the eye of the sinker. Pull some up like that. I just give it a couple of twists with my finger. Back through the loop right above the eye. A little bit of line down. Pull. Do not use that knotless braid. Everything you throw out is going to be donated to the pond. Braid's very slippery, especially the line that you just got there. Ultra cast. So with the weight hanging, there's your hook. Wish this thing would focus better. Sinker. Hook. Then you come up to the top end. Nothing on there. Tie on a swivel. Then you can tie your main line, your braid, onto the swivel with the other knot that I showed you. And that is how you do drop shots for walleye, big drop shots for catfish, wherever you want to do. Doggo, fluffy as fuck. What are you talking about, Coop? Where you see a fluffy dog? You're always that weird kid in the chat. Fix the tripod. I cannot sit down there like that. I hate it. Who is Bella? You Fruit Loop? Coop, you're out in space somewhere. Come on back, bud. Where do you see a dog? Fluffy doggo. That one's ready. Okay. Back to what I was doing. What a mess. RTS. What's happening, buddy? I was tying some knots for our buddy Derry. About to load up all my stuff for tomorrow afternoon. hitting the lake. That chatterbait looks like I've never touched it. The things you find. Driving home. Hopefully it's cool out there like it was here today. It was amazing. Stinger hooks, scale. Hopefully that's the good boat registration so the fishy cops leave us alone. Good till December 26th. We are good. It was awesome here today. We actually went to one petting zoo because it wasn't 900 degrees. Okay, if we catch a fish that's 1.3 pounds, if we change it over to ounces, look at that. We could get a 12-pound bass. You just have to hold your finger over where it says ounces. Probably be easier if I just stuck all that in here instead of the backpack. Oh, you're good, buddy. Better to watch the road. How close are you to sub so you can go live? It'd be fun to get a bunch of us together on one live out fishing. I don't know if I can look without. No. It won't let me look. There we go. 5-inch worms, 5-inch worm. Three-inch Neds. I think there's more. Two and 3/4 Neds. No, I don't. If you want to get a hold of me, you can actually, I think I put it in there. I think if you go to my channel at the top for the description, if you hit the more, I think I made like a YouTube email. I can't remember. And those are terrible. What the Sun does do a 2.5-inch mini. They're only like an inch long. Senkos. Gotta let these hooks out. Those are being used tomorrow. Purple, silver, saucy swimmer. I don't know how they're saucy. Rage swimmers. Going after the walleye tomorrow. Don't need side 6 hooks. There's the swivels. Three-inch ripple shad. Those. Two and a half inch something. Didn't even know I got those. Close enough. To be fair, it's stuff that I've got over years. As you can tell, it's 98% walleye, crappie. That's usually all I fish for. The occasional bass, just to pick on dairy a little bit. Crappy stuff, crappy stuff. Walleye. Walleye, walleye. Crappie. Jig heads. Hooks, hooks. Walleye fish is a blast. Were you the one that said you like the Power Pro braid? I think you said you like the Power Pro. I got the Power Pro this time. Gonna give it a try. Jig heads. Yeah, that's what I got. Was just I think it's the regular Power Pro. I got it at Walmart. And I threw the box away. I'm pretty sure already, so I just spooled it up. I'm trying the Seaguar 101 10-pound for just for the walleye leaders for the drop shots. I don't use a leader if I'm just going straight jig or minnow. Empty. Micro finesse. Actually, I'm gonna have to change this now that I did a demo on putting a sinker on your line. Yep. So I figured I was going to try something a little cheaper this round to see how I like it. The reason I used the Ultracast spider wire is when we're crappie fishing, I don't like to get right up on them. We stay back and cast over to them in structure like trees laying in the water. And I'm using really light stuff, so I need something that casts good. Like That's a bobber. All it is foam. There's no metal, no weight. And then I'm using a little like 16th ounce jig head or just a number 6 hook with a minnow. So I gotta make sure it'll go without ripping the bait in half, and it'll get there and doesn't make a big splash. Because they can be touchy. What do I want to put on for tomorrow? Let's try one of these new guys. And that is never coming off. I don't know what's up with them surgical scissors, but they do not cut the line anymore. That one's ready. I don't know what I did with my other pole. Stupid frog. Yeah, the one lake we go to, it's actually loaded with smallmouth. And my buddy got one. I think it was like 18, 19 inches or something like that. I have a picture of it somewhere. It was a hammer, biggest one I ever seen. We catch a lot of smallmouth and pike when we're trying to catch walleye, because I guess they both feed. Well, I guess smallmouth will feed anywhere, but the pike are on the bottom, walleye are on the bottom. We'll pick up a good bit of smallmouth at that lake. The lake we're going to tomorrow, that's no clue what we're going to end up catching. It's going to be interesting. We were there before, but we're using jigs for walleye and we're catching channel cats. So apparently they like jigs. And then bluegill that were massive. So we're going to try to fill up some stringers. Don't know what to put on this one. I got a different drop shot tied up over here. Yes, sir. Swivels are so much fun to tie on when they're trying to spin your knot back off of them. Here we go. That one's ready. thinking of taking that one tomorrow. Walleye deep water fish. Yeah, yeah. Let me try to explain this the best I can. This could get interesting. So, walleye typically like the bottom. Sometimes they'll suspend up a little bit. The one lake we go to, if we hit like 18 feet of water, 15, we bounce jigs off the bottom with night crawlers, we usually get them. But now, the other lake we go to, we were in 35 foot of water and bouncing jigs, and that's where we got the big, like 23-inch walleye. And then there's a thermocline that a lot of people don't know about. Well, people know about it, but they don't talk about it a lot. So you might learn a secret here, or you may already know. If you're going across the lake, if you look at your fish finder, there'll be at the bottom like a line. It's pretty easy to see up off the bottom a little ways, and down there it's almost like a black void. And then where that line is up, you'll see the actual water, but it's the algae and everything else. From what we learned, down below that line where the dark is a thermocline, which is oxygen depleted water. Catfish, they're okay with it. The walleye, they kind of tolerate it, but not a whole lot. So what we notice is we're going with the fish finder down in that dark where there's lower oxygen, you'll see the line that they call the thermocline right above it, and not far, either right on that line or right above it is where you'll see the walleye hanging out. So as you go shallower, the thermocline drops and almost hits the bottom like waves would hit a beach. So if you find walleye that are in 18 foot of water, 15 foot, where there's no thermocline, they'll be laying on the bottom. You go to the deeper water, like even Erie, I see guys up there running, doing live streams, and if you watch their fish finder in the background, you'll see that line, and they're in 60 foot of water, but they're catching walleye at 20 foot. And I've noticed that 20 foot and below is where that low oxygen water is. So that's what we try to see. Like, we just use normal fish finders, not the live scope and all that. I used to have live scope. I got rid of it because the lake we fish at, usually that's only 18 foot. We know where all the crappie are. We know where the walleye like to hang out. So I got rid of the live scope, and now we're at this new big lake that's, I don't know, 80 to 100 feet deep in some spots, and I don't have live anymore, and I'm kind of kicking myself over that one. Well, actually, it doesn't really just pertain to the walleye. Like, crappie will do the same thing. If you have a low structure lake and you're going for crappie, and say there's a hump out there in the middle of the lake, and you see that thermocline, they're usually right above it, gathered up. They'll just cluster up. Or your best bet structure. So the walleye will do it. Like, all the fish will do it because of that. Catfish, not as much. I don't know what it is, if they don't need as much oxygen or what the deal is there. But I'm absolutely not saying that the fish won't be down there. We've seen them down there and caught them down there when we were going by the thermocline. It's just something that we kind of follow ourselves, the way we fish when we do it. We don't troll for walleyes. A lot of guys, they have dipsy divers, they call them, that they can set to go out so deep off their side of their boat. They use planer boards. We have some. We haven't really messed with them too much yet. I think we're going to maybe try them come fall when it's not so god awful hot out. I gotta quit walking around. They keep finding more tackle. Oh, that's all dumb stuff. Nobody got time for that. That's stupid. Where's Derry when you need him? There's his swim bait, glide bait. Maybe I'll take that tomorrow. Might find a muskie. It's the only fish I have not caught in PA yet. I think I had one at the one lake we go to. Got close to the boat and was gone. Everything else, caught it. Of all things, I don't know why I haven't got a muskie, because usually when you're walleye fishing or bass fishing, I only do that occasionally. You'll pick up a muskie. Oh, what else do we need in the boat? Said this was a junk box, but I might take it. I don't know if it would help to add some beads on the drop shots to click together. I know what'll happen if I leave it here. I'll no idea why there's straps in the boat. They're supposed to be on the back of the boat. Yeah, muskie would be great. Even 20 some inch muskie, they're a nice fight. From what I've seen, I haven't got one yet, so I can't verify. I finished putting the boat motor together. Finished boat motor would be great. You know, just kids playing. There's that. Not sure what else we need. feel like I should take one more pull. Just in case. Someone took a dump on this chair. It's Steelers. Eagles territory is a lot better than here. Nothing wrong with the Eagles. I'm not big into the football. I'm more of a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. Get the net. One minnow bucket. Need more than one. I don't know where the other one's at. I think we should probably take a trolling motor. Kind of makes sense for fishing. good. We're going to try to use that one. Just freshen that up. 72 Johnson 25 horse. I got a starter bracket that I ordered for it because we wanted to make it electric start. Well, it was through Walmart, and I didn't know it came from China. So I got it, and it doesn't even come close to fitting. So ripped it back off, put the other bracket back in there. We have the pull start. Had to order everything's backwards. Fuel tank. Got a new fuel tank, priming ball. Tested the compression. Compression's at 120 per cylinder, which is like no hours on it. I don't know why we're leaning. Oh, that's why. Good spark, good compression. Carburetor looked like brand new when I pulled it off there. Wasn't a speck of dirt, didn't even smell like gas. So I'm wondering if it was rebuilt before I got it. And a guy just had it sitting with another boat. We got the boat, we got the motor. Not this boat, it's a smaller, I think that one's a 16 John boat. This wasn't supposed to be a fishing boat. This used to be a ski boat. It's a Thundercraft. I don't know if you can see in there. There was a whole console across the center of it that we tore out. And then it had, you could walk between the consoles, and then there were seats around the whole front. We cut all that out and then built a floor in there, put a floor and a casting deck. So now we got lots of room, big wide open. And the troller, that's just a little 27-pound thrust. You know what, Minn Kota, I think. I think it's Minn Kota. Yeah, Minn Kota. They call it 4-wheel drive. But I did the propeller upgrade instead of the big giant ones. And that little 27-pound thrust will actually push this 16-foot boat 3.5 mile an hour across the water, which is funny. I don't know how it does it, but it does it, and it lasts all day on one battery. But where we're at, we have the lake we're going to tomorrow. You can have anything. The lake we usually fish is electric only. You can't have that motor on. You can't have a gas tank. You can't have gas lines, nothing, because it's actually a freshwater reservoir. So at least that motor we can lift on and off for changing lakes. But we're going to try it tomorrow afternoon when we go. See what happens. It'll either run or we'll just keep using the trolling motor. We'll leave it on there for decoration or an anchor. We'll see. I think we're pretty well loaded up. Charge batteries. Got fuel. Life vests are in. Fire extinguishers in. Whistles in. Registration. Plugs in the back. We're not going to sink. I think that's it. Actually, I'll probably lay these down and just back the boat in the garage for tonight. It's usually not sitting outside, but the wife was having a garage sale, so I had it sitting outside, and that's why there was absolutely nothing in the boat, and I had to reload it. Should have just got a big boat cover, but that's just an eyesore. Move a table and back it in, and you can watch and see if I crash it into the back of the garage. Crash into the camera. I didn't hear you yell, whoa. Guess I still got room. In there. All right, boss man, I'm getting off here. So the battery's on charge. go kick back and relax. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be on probably be on the lake tomorrow. See, probably around 4, a little after tomorrow afternoon. If you're bored, come on over and hang out.